It's Monday, June 30th, and I was finally permitted, as is my right under Rule 12, it's your right also, to record in Judge Nathan Little's courtroom. We can remember the lecture that he gave me when I tried before.
Everybody else has rights here this morning as well. And so I'm going to have to go over with every single attorney, every single defendant, witness, and victim in each of these cases to see if they are going to have any objection to being recorded. And the only way to do that is for you to have an application filed for every individual case that's being heard this morning.
So on Saturday, Judge Nathan Little came to the Young Republicans meeting. There was a back and forth with him and some questions got asked to him by the young people. I asked a few questions too, mostly following up on things that he said. So for example, he talked about how much time they have to spend both in court, preparing for court, and then writing decisions after court. So I asked him kind of a breakdown of that time as an example. After the Young Republican meeting, I talked to Judge Little and told him how good I thought his interchange was with the people there, and that I think that the citizens would benefit by learning more about our judges and about our court system. He didn't seem to agree with that. His statement was that I'm the only one asking him for that. I think out of just civic responsibility, and that's what I told him, that we all should feel like it's better for people to know more about the courts here in Clermont County and frankly, nationwide. He then went into a rant at me about how upset he was with me because I had done a filming, not revealing where he lives or anything like that, but at the end of a private drive where he lives in $1 million house. Most of us, myself included, in Clermont County, we don't live in $1 million houses. We don't live on private drives. He was super upset about this. And I told him that I thought that his emotion was misplaced, that I hadn't done anything illegal, I don't think I had done anything improper, and that our judges need to learn to treat all of us with respect. They are public servants. He didn't think, in our back and forth, he didn't think that anything he did when he denied my right to record improperly, which I'm due under Rule 12 of the Rules of Superintendents, he didn't think that was any disrespect to me, or his lecturing me or looking down at me was any sort of disrespect to me. I think he's totally wrong. And I think as citizens we need to bring more light, and the more judges act like, jackass higher than us, that looking down on law-abiding citizens, that the more scrutiny I think is needed. The more they act that way, the more scrutiny is needed. We just heard Amy Coney Barrett over the weekend, I think it was a Friday decision, talking about an imperial judiciary. Well, in Clermont County, when we have judges who are almost always appointed with little or no competition and then never face an election opponent, like Nathan Little and Katie Terpstra won't have election opponents in November, that is an imperial judiciary. That is a judiciary where we know very little about them. There's no competition, there's no contrast, and it's not in the interest of Clermont Countyans that we don't know more about the courts, how they work, and who are the people that are judges. Judges are in a special class of public official. They're the only ones that could deny you of your liberty and your property. Remember that. So they are the people that can throw you in jail. Don't we need to know more about them? Don't they need to respect us? God forbid none of us wants to be before them on the defendant side of it, but even if we are still to be respected. We are still to be treated like citizens of this county or citizens of the United States. So I recorded, I think, about 2.5 hours of Nathan Little's courtroom. It didn't start, it was supposed to start at 8:30. It didn't really start till after 9. He came into the courtroom at about 8:50. I'm going to put out the entire raw recording that I made of his courtroom because I think it's quite interesting. The different kind of people that come before him. There were people that were incarcerated that were brought in shackles. There was a person married for 26 years that had gotten involved in, I guess, some sort of domestic violence. There were people that didn't show up. There's a lot of continuances. There's a lot of little stories, and I really think that any of us would benefit. Frankly, these judges should want us to see it. I almost feel like our courts should be live streamed so you could see what's going on in the courts and understand. But I'm going to put out the full recording separately. Hopefully the video that I'm putting out here is insightful and interesting as to a day in the court on Monday, June 30th.